where we are going to look at how to use Scrivener and Word to wrap up a paper. Now, why do I do this? For me, it's a very simple reason. That very simple reason is that I use a lot of tables and figures in my papers, and Scrivener can do tables, struggles a little bit more to do figures, but it's just far easier for me to do tables and figures in Word because of, sometimes I want tables in a portrait orientation, sometimes I need tables in a landscape orientation. So it would just be a nightmare to export that and make sure that all works okay. So this is my workaround, if you will, but it will show you a process that can maybe be helpful for you if you also write papers like me, okay? So, as I'm writing a paper, I actually have a Scrivener file and a Word file. The Scrivener file is where I keep my text, where I write. I do not write in Word just because Scrivener is so much better, and I've explained why in many videos, just much better, okay? So, my text will be in Scrivener. In Word, the Word file will look like this. It will basically be a file, a Word document that has tables and figures, okay? That's it. So normally I do tables and figures towards the end of the paper, but sometimes I'm in a less productive day or more tired, so I'll just work on the tables and figures, okay? So these two documents. Okay? So once I'm done with the paper, so I'm happy, everything is written, everything is fine, it will look a little bit like this, right? It will have text with, I'll just zoom it up to show you, unformatted citations, okay? Unformatted citations. So first step is I copy all of my manuscript and I copy it to a new Word document. Now, I'm not going to use Word for this just because my own reference manager is not customized to work with Word, so I'll just use a plain text file, okay? So what I do is I just paste it in a plain text file. So basically now I'll have my whole formatted document here. It's just missing the references. References are not formatted, okay? So you can see here, right? Oops. You can see here, oh, come on, that the references are not formatted yet, okay? So I'll just save this, okay? So what I've done so far is I copy-pasted my entire text of the paper from Scrivener into a Word document. And now I'm going to go to my reference management software and I'm going to tell the software to do the bibliography, okay? So that's it. So this is what it will do, and I can just change the name to this. So it's scanning the reference, okay, and it's done, okay? So now, what do I have? I have a document that has all of my references formatted, okay, as you can see, and has a reference list at the end, okay? Now, what I do is I simply copy this into the Word document, okay? So I insert a little bit of a page break here, and I copy, I copy everything to the Word document. Let me just format the references here. They're single spaced, normally they're double spaced, so I'll format that, double space, I'll put the title, references, and I'll insert a page break, okay? So now it looks like a normal paper, right? You have the text here, you have the reference list here at the end, right? And then you'll have the tables, okay? So now the paper is complete, okay? Almost ready to send. There's one final step, one spicy secret that I want to share with you, okay? But let's just recap what we've done so far. As we write two files, Scrivener for the text, Word for the tables. Once everything is done, I create a Word file that has all of the text from Scrivener, and I use that file to build the reference list with my bibliographic management software. So like I use bookends, but this could be Zotero, for example, as well, and so on, okay? Then I paste all of that, text and references, into the document that has the tables, and this gives me a finished paper, okay? So what is missing? What is the spicy trick that I want to tell you? Well, if you're like me, you tend to have, I tend to have longer papers. Some reviewers and editors would say too long. So I do try to reduce page count without reducing readability, okay? And I want to actually use this introduction here to give you an example, okay? Now, you see this word here is occupying a line on its own, and a page has around 30 lines. My papers have around 45 pages. So if I cut one line every 3 pages, I will save a page, okay? If I cut 2, I will save 2 pages. And I normally am able to at least save a couple of pages per paper. So here are 2 examples. Here I have a line that has an extra reference, okay? And here I have a line that has an extra word, okay? So here, the paragraph above has 2 lines, and this paragraph has 2 lines. So if I just do this, I will be on 3 lines, and I'm not really detracting from readability, because a paragraph with 2 lines and a half is not much more difficult to read than 2 paragraphs with 2 lines each, okay? Now, I could also save a line by doing this, but look at this block of text, and it's just starting the paper, so I don't want to do that. So here, I will keep these 2 paragraphs separate, although I could be saving a line if I didn't, just, because the paper needs to be readable. It cannot just be a whole box of text. But what I can do is, I see here that there's a reference that is longish, and this is the reference that is adding me a line, this and this. So what I could say is, I would go back to my reference list and see if I can cut this one. Why this one? Well, because this is from 2011, this is from 2018, so it's a more current reference. So if I can, I will just cut this and see, I saved the line, okay? So I just literally go to the paper and make sure that I didn't miss anything. So you see here, I see that there are a couple of words, so maybe I could cut something here in a quote. Here, just one, just a date. So, again, maybe I could cut this, right? Okay, but just make sure. I mean, sometimes we have 2 references and we need both references, and then, if you use an extra line, you use an extra line. Okay, so I just go through the paper and see carefully where I can save space by removing superfluous references, choosing, rewriting a sentence, or bringing paragraphs together, okay? So that's the trick. So again, first step, you write your manuscript, Word file for tables and figures, Scrivener file for the text. Second step, copy paste the text from Scrivener into Word, a Word file, new Word file, and do the reference list using your reference management software. Third step, copy the Word file that has text and references into the Word file that has the tables. And then fourth step, go through the whole file and see if you can edit, bring paragraphs together, cut some references to reduce the length of the manuscript. Okay, so that's the process. That's how I use Scrivener with Word. Hope this was helpful for everybody, and good luck with all your writing. Thank you, and bye-bye.